beauties and bows, welcome back to my channel. I'm Jennifer of Custom Chic, and if you're new here, let me be the first to welcome you. My channel focuses on fashion, travel, and overall lifestyle. So if that is the kind of content that you are into, then I would encourage you to subscribe, share, like, definitely hit that bell notification so you know each time I upload a video. I upload every Wednesday and every Friday, but you know it, we are in the middle of Vlogmas, and this is Vlogmas Day 8, December 8th, 2020. I can't believe it. I've uploaded 8 videos thus far. This video that you're watching is video number 8, and it is the great closet reveal. So without further ado, come on back with me. I'm gonna show you guys the space. I have been hiding this from you all for like what 4 or 5 videos, but it's done. We are here. She is finito, and I'm ready to share my love. I haven't named her. She's just called the studio. Let's just call her the studio. So let's get started. I'm going to take you guys around real quick, and then we'll go from frame to frame to frame to frame so that you can see exactly what I see when I'm in here filming and talking to y'all. Okay, so when you first come in, this is the space. Oh, I'm so happy with her. She's finally done. She's finally done. And then again, this is just an overview, and then I will show you guys the actual, you know, everything. I'll show you guys the goods, everything that is done. And while I'm at it, I might as well just go ahead and show you my outfit. I am wearing just a super simple ribbed, super lightweight turtleneck from H&M, and then I paired it with this sort of crochet color block skirt from Free People. This is old. And then my tan over the knee BCBG Max Zaria boots. Earrings wise, I have on my all-time favorites, Louis earrings from Louis Vuitton, and then with my makeup, it's a hodgepodge of like Julius Place, and then my lipstick is a YSL lip stain in a burgundy. So let's get back to what we are here for, which is the studio reveal. I'm gonna use this time to sit down and chat with you all and tell you exactly what I purchased, and then we can get into exactly what's in the system. So I know I kind of alluded to it in the first couple of videos, but this is gonna be more in-depth, more specific, because I do have my handy dandy order printout here with me. So that's one thing I did enjoy about the Ikea shopping process. I had never shopped Ikea before, and this was literally my first time, and hands down, I have no complaints. From building to delivery to installation, they are affiliated, or I guess they use TaskRabbit. So when I purchased my units for delivery, they charged me $49 within anywhere in the city of Orlando limits, which I live in the city of Orlando. So $49 for these 4 really heavy boxes and all of their compartments. If you haven't seen me try to haul all this stuff in here, I will go ahead and put that video down in the description box. It is hilarious. I literally try to get this chair out of here to no avail. I mean, it's gonna work because I got the chair in here, but honey, it was a hot mess, okay? So that's why the chair stayed. And this area is just kind of like where I'm putting a little bit of my knickknacks. I'm gonna change a lot of this. I don't like a lot of like the cords that are there, but that is where like the Wi-Fi and the router is set up for my entire home. So for right now, it's just an efficiency reasoning. It's just that's why it's there. It's been there for forever and a day since I lived here, so I just haven't moved it. And honestly, I don't need to cut off the internet that bad, right, to just fix this space. And I kind of play around with the big mirror where I put it. Sometimes I put it against that plant, sometimes I put it against the frame, so it just all kind of depends. But back into the pack system. So I purchased 4 frames like I've initially told you guys, and the 2 of the frames are the largest width, so it is the 39-inch frame, and those were at $105 a piece. So each frame cost me $105 for the biggest size. And then I have 2 frames that are the smallest of the 3 that Ikea offers, and those were $95 a piece. So right there, we're already roughly at what? So that's $210 plus $190. We're a little bit over $400. So the frames themselves are not expensive. Where the price comes into play is how you actually use your pack system and what you put in it. So each drawer, each railing, each slide out compartment, each glass, each shelf has a price, and after a while that does kind of add up. So my entire total for everything that I have was $1,044 for everything. So everything that you're gonna see in here cost me $1,044 minus what's actually put into them, right? That cost me a lot more money. And then I did have to go back to Ikea to purchase 2 more shelves because I wanted it to be asymmetrical. And I talked a lot about this in the installation and then the delivery video, that 2 of the shelves were missing from my smaller 2 frames, and I wanted them to kind of mirror the bigger frames. That will make much more sense once I show you guys the frames and show you what I talked about. So $1,044 for the frames and all of the complements is what Ikea refers to them as. And then $49 for delivery. And then Ikea gave me a quote of $247 to actually install the pieces. When I first heard that amount, I was like, that's exorbitant. Like, that is really, really high. I have 5 brothers. One of them will help me do this. And the day they got delivered and they kind of just stood in the garage, I was like, oh no, they got to come out. Like, these closets need to be built ASAP. So I went ahead and I clicked the quote, and it took me to TaskRabbit, which, for those of you who are not familiar, it's an app that literally allows you to hire any sort of service for your home, for anything, for hire. So there were a couple people, and I picked the person based on experience, and I ended up paying a little bit over $150, and he was here for 4 hours. He was very knowledgeable. He knew what to do. He had installed different Ikea products before. So this being my first time, I did not want to chance something so important to me to have my brothers try to put it together, and we're trying to like figure out where the holes are and all. Just no, right? So it was the best $150 that I've ever spent in 2020. So I'm glad that I went with the TaskRabbit person and the actual installation people, because it just made that much of all of this worth it. And it just kind of took all the anxiety and all of that out of the way. I just wanted to get in here, fill it, and let it be my new space, right? So, okay, so that was 10 minutes of all of that. Let's get into the actual closet space. This is an old painting that I purchased from Home Goods. I love this thing. It's super cute. I love the peacock. I thought it was like a little bit like of a shelf, like it reminded me of like a martini glass. So I liked it. It made a lot of sense in my apartment when I lived in Tampa. I just kind of brought it over just because I live in color, so I really liked it. I probably will change that in the future, but I'm not exactly sure to what and when. So this little area is kind of where I do a little bit of my work. That's the home phone there. Yes, in 2020, people still have home phones, do believe it. And then I just have some little knickknacks. For those of you who have been subscribed to this channel before, you know that this was in my original shooting space that was in a corner that we're about to go see. And it's just a couple of boxes, a Louis Vuitton box, Chanel box, just for decoration. And then I was gifted this by my niece and nephew, the XOXO, so I keep that up there. And then this is literally me all the time. I overthink everything, so I always put it on there to remind myself, like, breathe in, breathe out, release, let it go. And then here is this chaise that I was been trying to move out, but it's not working. So sometimes when I want to read, I just come over here and just kind of sit here with my crocheted blanket from Target, and I just, you know, read my book and I relax. I don't have any time to do that right now because I'm constantly filming Vlogmas, but I'm enjoying Vlogmas, so hopefully you are too. So in this space here, pardon my ring light, I have to take it with me so that, you know, you guys get the good lighting. This is my old mannequin head, or my mannequin. She's been with me for at least 2 to 3 years. I haven't really dressed her up for the most part. I just kind of put these 2 necklaces from her. These necklaces, I purchased both of them in Iceland. On my way out of the airport, I saw them, I fell in love. This one reminded me of Rose's ring or piece of jewelry from the Titanic, so I bought it. So they're 2 different pieces. And then this one, it spoke to me. I really liked it. I haven't actually worn any of them, so shame on me. But I mean, they look good on this mannequin head, so we'll be there. Here, like I have said before, I think most of you have heard me say this, I am a huge fan of Jo Malone candles. And I actually use candle warmers as opposed to candles, as opposed to lighting the wick, because one, to me, the candles last longer, and I mean, for a $60+ candle, I don't need it to just die, you know, the next day. For right now, I have placed my fragrances in this area, so that's kind of where they are. I mean, I have the standard, you know, Maison Francis Kurkdjian. I can never say that properly. Carolina Herrera, Bond number 9. Of course, that's a staple. Just a couple little knickknacks there. What I have done is put my fall fragrances here in the forefront, and then the more springy ones like my Dolce & Gabbana, Fresh by Moschino, all of those things are in the back because I don't really reach for them as often during the fall and winter months. These two are probably my newest two. So these are actually these are actually pictures that I have taken recently shooting content, and this picture, I think I uploaded it a couple of months ago, and then this picture as well. So what I actually did is I had these pictures printed on glass from the I did it from a brand called Fracture, and they come in very different sizes. So right now I just kind of put them there just to remind me to keep on going. And also this one is really like girl slay all the time, and I'll pop up a picture of it on the side so that you guys can see it because the glare is doing a little too much. And then this one is just to remind me to keep on laughing, right? Just like keep on going, keep pursuing your dreams. It is what it is at this point. Okay, so first frame, here we are. So this, like I was saying, this is the 19-inch frame, and this one has all of my shoes. Well, not all of my shoes. It has a lot of my shoes. And it has 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 spaces. And I have kind of categorized these. I put my booties at the top, and then I put all of my like stiletto and strappy sandals here in this shelf. It's actually a pull-out shelf. I'll show you guys that. Again, I'll kind of do it from this angle so that you can see. And I love that it comes, you know, you can pull it in and out because it's just like ease of convenience. I probably need to get a stool so that I can easily access them, because right now, I mean, I'm tall, but like nobody wants to be doing this all day, like reaching. Like that's just too much, right? So that's the first pull-out drawer. Then I have some more shoes here. Oh gosh, these shoes are starting to fall apart. And maybe one day I'll do like an in-depth shoe collection, but I just want to show you guys exactly what this looks like now. Well, just like an overview. So some mules here, and some other strappy sandals, some espadrilles. These are probably one of my favorite ever shoes, and they cost me $10. $10 from the brand Akira, and I'm glad I got those because guess what's coming back for 2021? The 70s, definitely. So get you a nice platform shoe, honey. You heard it here first. Some of my other shoes here, some more mules. And then let's see. This is also Mule Central right here. These are more of my like fancier ones with a little bit more zhuzh, raffia. You can't go wrong with that. But these are not really getting much wear right now because it's the fall. So, and then here I have actually dubbed this the over the knee maybe booty situation. So that's what I have in this drawer. And then moving right along to probably my favorite part of the pack system is this little area right here. I'm gonna set this camera up, stop holding it so that I can stand right there and talk to you guys more about this part. Okay, so this is probably my most favoriteest part of the pack system. This is the bigger or the biggest frame that Ikea actually sells. And in here is where I'm kind of housing all of my accessories, housing all of my purses, little pouches. And then this little area right here, I kind of created to make it just like a really cool safe haven. Like, let me show you guys. So here I have actually put one of my favorite pictures. So this picture I took at the Veuve Clicquot polo match in I want to say this was 2017. Yes, this was 2017. And if you know me, you know I'm a Clicquot girl to the end. This is also a picture that I purchased from Fracture. I actually had it printed and it's on glass. This little mannequin here I purchased from Ross years ago, and I actually really loved it. I know it's like a little different, but it's super cool. I really love it. This book here, I went to the Basquiat sort of pop-up shop in New York City probably 2 years ago, and I saw this book and I really wanted it. They were selling it in like the gift shop area, I want to say at like $60, $70, and I ended up finding it on Amazon for like $39.99, or maybe it was $59. It was cheaper than what they had it in the gift shop for, so for the win. If you guys can see, so this area is open, but I can totally add more spacing and more shelving, like up there. I just have a pair of boots up there for right now, but if I wanted to, I could add another shelf like right over there. I don't know that I'm going to right now. I do like this idea of just having like an open space right here. And I also have the chiffon trenches because, I mean, he's a goddess. Like, I mean, fashion, definitely fashion trendsetter. Like, this book was amazing, and I actually posted that I read this book and he liked my picture. I almost died. I almost died. Like, I was like, oh, I'm like pseudo famous. But okay, so back to this. So in here I have, again, my accessories. So this is actually a pull out shelving, and I initially ordered 2 of these and then 2 of these, and then there was going to be one larger one that took up this entire space, but they were all sold out at Ikea, so I just made do with these 4 and I placed them all on this pack system. I have a Bible scripture here, taste and see that the Lord is good, blessed is the one who takes refuge in him, Psalms 34 verse 8. Can't go wrong with that. These are a pair of gloves that I purchased from Zara most recently. You guys would have seen this in my high, luxury, and low video that I did a couple months ago. If you didn't, well, a couple weeks ago. So if you haven't seen it, I will go ahead and dub it. I know it feels like a couple of months because Vlogmas is just so labor intensive. Fun, but it is labor intensive. So back to kind of this compartmentalizing, I really like the fact that I can just kind of come over here and not pull the shelf out and just say, oh, I want to wear, okay, boom, those earrings right there. So I'll just pull it out. It's accessible, it's easy to see, so it allows me to see like exactly what's in my closet and fill any voids that I may have. Seeing this and doing this has let me know that I do not have a lot of accessories. Like, I have a lot of fun kind of like frilly earring types. Most of these were purchased in Colombia, or from my good girlfriend's shop, Graffiti Garb. Well, I think the earrings and accessories line is Donna Lux Accessories. I think that's what it's called. And then here, just some like more costume jewelry, more over here. And then I'm a huge stud girl, so I lose them all the time, but here are some of the studs that I have. And then just, I was gifted these from one of my girlfriends earlier this year. These are some accessories for my sunglasses. And then just some little knickknacks here, like bow ties, like little earring pieces. I also purchased this one in Colombia. I love that. This set was also from Cartagena. Very beautiful. Some hair clips here. So it's still empty, but that's okay. Trust me. I'm sure I will fill it at one point. I'm sure I will. In this drawer, I just have more knickknacks. All of my sunglasses, my sunglass cases are in here. I have my headbands all lined up here. Boob tape, because who goes anywhere without it. Old camera, just some little knickknacks, some fans that I use. This is a beaded necklace that my sister purchased from me from South Africa. That needs to actually make a debut. It's been in there way too long. This is the little pieces to the calendar that I have up on the other side, so I just kind of leave them here so they're easily accessible, and I change it out mostly every day. So for right now, that's what's in here, and it'll stay like this for a while. I mean, until I change it. It's all very functional. It's all very, very functional. If you can see, so just quick little preview. So my first 2 drawers have glass shelving, or glass, like a clear front. And then the bottom 3 do not. So those are priced differently. But I did that because I wanted to make sure that I was able to see what was actually in there. And these are things that I reach for all the time. So I wanted to make sure that it was easily accessible. But what I do have in here are my clutches and purses that are not sturdy enough to stand on their own. So instead of putting them on a stand, I just kind of line them up. Like these envelope purses here, like these are too flimsy to stand anywhere. So I just kind of stacked them throughout there. The pillow bag, oh my gosh, it was all the rave, and I think I've worn them 1 or 2 times. That's exactly why I didn't purchase the Bottega Veneta one, because I knew I was not going to get my cost per wear for that one. So maybe I should do like best and worst purchases of 2020. That's another Vlogmas video idea. That's going to be coming up. Again, so little small leather goods are in here, and then non-small leather goods, so clutches that have some form to them but didn't really make sense anywhere else in the system. I placed them in here. And let's see, is there anything in here? I'll surprise myself. Oh, it's my little portable steamer that's in there. And then I know that this drawer here is empty because I haven't filled it with anything, but here I have like my garment bags, my bigger tote bags, and some hats I stocked in there. So that is the Pax system on the left hand side of the studio 1 and 2. Let me move back and show you guys a little bit more what it looks like. So that is what I see. I'm so happy with her. She is a beauty. A beauty, a beauty, a beauty. Here we are. This is side number 2. Again, the setup is exactly the same. It is the 39-inch frame here, and then the 19-inch frame right there. And on this side, I have some summer bags. So like my bamboo wicker bags that I don't reach for very often. And then I have 2 pairs of boots that I haven't really worn at all. I try to get some Western cowboy boots from Just Fab. And then these are like the chunky lug boot Prada Monolith dupe. They're okay. I don't wear them a lot, so I put them up there. Here, this middle is where my purses are held. I put the designer ones sort of here in the front. These 3, not because they're designer, but because I reach for them very often. If you see me most lately, I have been reaching for this Chloe top handle crossbody. And then I just literally wore that YSL bag yesterday, so that's why it's in the forefront. And then back there are some more bags. We'll do a bag collection later on. I just thought right now I'll just show you guys what's in here. And then there's my calendar. And then this is the Brown Bohemian book that I purchased from Amazon. A lot of you probably saw this. This is a super popular book amongst like the Black community, the brown and Black people. So it's super cool. It honors actually a lot of like Black artists and just creatives and fashion influencers and all that stuff. So it's really cool. And in here I have another picture printout. Let me move her out. This is of me. Let me see. Better. Okay, this is of me in front of the Kwame Nkrumah Mausoleum in Ghana. My friend Sho actually took this picture and I really like it, so it was a very memorable trip. So I wanted to print this out. I do have to find a better placing for this photo, but for right now, this is just kind of where it is going. And there'll probably be more stuff put in here, but there's a lot of empty space and I'm not totally upset with that. It's fine. It's totally fine. In here is another glass shelf. And then there is another pull out where I have some of my quote unquote fancier belts that I have placed in here. So this is a good one from Zara, Pretty Little Things. My friend Jeray gifted me that. All of my Super Cincher belts from BCBG Magzaria. And then I do have a couple of subscriptions from Essence and InStyle that I just kind of come to when I need some style inspiration. And I will sit on that chase over there and figure them out. Here in the middle are my sort of midi length anything. So if it's a blazer, dress, jacket, sweater, and it's midi length, it fits there as long as it does not, let's see if that trench coat made it. It did, as long as it's not dragging. And then I think I've talked to you guys about this before in another video. I kind of arrange everything in the Roy G. Biv. So red, orange, you know, Roy G. Biv. I can't even think about it right now. I'm so sorry. But you understand what I'm saying, right? So it's a color scheme from red, orange, yellow, green, blue, violets to like the creams and the blacks. And pinks. Pinks are in there as well. And then here is the other system. This is the smaller of the 3 that Ikea offers. And I have my kind of combat lug boots here in the top portion. It fits 4 pairs of boots, so there's 4 pairs of boots in there. And then the next 1, 2, 3, 4 are my closed toe stilettos. Again, I'm a Louboutin girl, so my goal one day is to have every colorway. So Louboutins all up and through here. I mean, I have some YSL, Valentino, Balenciaga. In here I have some wedges and then some more open toe shoes. And then here is where my over-the-knee boots are housed. The boots that I have on right now would go right there in the middle. So like right in between the black and the gray ones. Tamara Mellon, super comfortable. But wait for the after Christmas sale because it's gonna be fire. So that is the space. Let me turn it around again so that you guys can see. All right, so this is where we started. If you remember, for those of you who were with me from the beginning, this little space right here was actually at that corner. Again, excuse my ring light. I need it for you all to see better. And then I had the installation person move it from there to here. So much better. It makes a lot more sense because initially the Pax system was started here. And when I walked into the room, I felt like I was just walking into a big white square. And I was like, I don't like that. So I love that this kind of shelving and spacing area has some openings. It creates a little bit of texture. It creates a little bit of difference. Excuse me. I will more than likely place more stuff like on the top of those shelves and then down here. But we'll see. We're kind of transition as we go, you know? And then I'm gonna sit you guys right here. Okay, now you guys see the full thing open. This is the built-in closet that came with the home. I decided to actually house my rolling rack in there to save a little bit of space. I think when I do change what we just saw behind us with the huge margarita glass poster, that I'm gonna get something that's probably gonna be higher and then longer instead of, you know, rectangle instead of square. So that way I can put the rolling rack here behind you, and then I can actually use this space for what it should be, which is a closet, right? But for right now, it's serving its purpose. Right now, I have all of my heavier knits and sweaters in this area. I have all of my African garb and a little bit of stuff here, and then the rolling rack is right there in the middle. It's serving its purpose because that is where I have all of my jackets. Moto jackets are here. Teddy coats and like mid-length coats are here. And then heavier jackets and things that I don't wear all the time, I place them on there. So now when I shoot videos that I actually have to like model clothes on, all that stuff has to come out. I place it somewhere and then it goes all back in. But I mean, it's not the worst thing in the world, right? It's still functional, which is what I really like about this, because at first I just had kind of clothes everywhere and that was the only thing that I had to house clothes. And after a while, it's like, girl, you ain't got no space. Like, what are you gonna do? And then I realized I had a lot of knickknacks. I realized that I had a lot of accessories and I have other rooms. So, okay, total moment of transparency. This is not the only closet in the house that houses my stuff. My actual bedroom has a built-in closet, very much like this one, that holds all of my like suits and stuff that I wear for work. So not really none of my fun gear. Work does allow me to dress a little bit, or it did, but since COVID, nobody's going to the courthouse and I don't work for a firm anymore, so I don't have to appear in front of judges. So I gotta make sure those suits still fit when and if that time comes back around, right? But honestly, so there's that, my bedroom, and then the front door, the foyer, the foyer has another closet, which used to house, luckily, a lot of my winter coats, but now they're here. I still do have some stuff in there, but just a smidget. And then there's a whole heap of laundry that's done that needs to be folded. And then I also have a dresser in my room that also has clothes. So this was really for accessories and to make sure that everything was in a centralized location. And now that I see everything in front of me, I really like it. Let me give you some observations, some things that I would have changed, or maybe what I do not like about the Pax system. All in all, I give it a 8 out of 10. Missing 2 points because if you look at the system, there's these little like holes. And you can actually fill those. Those can be filled, but you have to pay for those things. So imagine how many little tiny holes, and I think they sell them in numbers, so maybe it's like a bag of 100, I don't know. I wish that it could have just came that way, but it makes sense that it doesn't because this is very customizable, right? So however you want to do it, you could customize it, but I just wish that once you bought a frame, they would give you enough little pins to put in there to kind of close this space up. Also, I have seen there's a feature where you can place lights inside of your actual Pax system so that you can, you know, you come in and you can touch it and it'll light up and it'll show you what you have. This also is available with doors, both open doors and sliding doors. So if that is something that you would like to have, you can definitely do so. There are different kind of inserts for shoes. So I've seen you have the sliding sliding shelf like this one, but instead of having the stack, it's just one, and then you don't have the opportunity to put as much shoes in there. So if you want that, you can have it, but I just figured it made more sense to have two stacks so that you can fit more shoes in there. Otherwise, I don't really have anything bad to say about it. I mean, I thought it was very reasonably priced. I think it presents itself really well. I do wish that there was a shorter version, so I would have wished that there was something that I could put underneath my window for more storage space, but maybe I can just find something different at Ikea, because apparently Ikea has it all. So, I mean, my first and probably only time going there, that store was a maze. It was not amazing, it was a maze, as if like, you know, just trying to get through it all. So yeah, that is the closet reveal. I'm sorry to keep you guys in suspense for so long, but I'm glad y'all stuck with me. I hope it was well worth it. Please let me know what you think down in the comments box. I'm really interested to hear what you guys have to say. If you have a Pax system, what do you think about it? How long have you had it? Also, these had to be, real quick tidbit, these had to be mounted to the walls. Those were the instructions from Ikea. So when the installation guy came, he told me that they will have to be installed to the wall, but they are movable. So they do come down, and then you can break them down and then reset them to wherever it is that I would be moving to, or you would be moving to once you get your system. So that's all that I have, y'all. I'm thirsty. I have filmed 4 videos today. And while it's all fun, I gotta go edit. So I will see y'all tomorrow. Bye-bye.